Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a full review to do for you. So this is the Something Obscene Company Mini JCape, and this is a knife I expected not to like. And I gotta say, I was wrong. I think I might really like this knife. Bordering on love. I do have some issues with it, and we'll talk about it, but let's get into the review. First, I'm going to grab a new drink because I had a seltzer, but it ran out. Grab another seltzer out of the mini fridge my wife got me. This is the blood orange tangerine. Refreshing. Real fruit juice, guys. It's really good shit. Love Spindrift. Alright, mini JCape, guys. Let's get into this bad boy. So I picked this up from Something Obscene Company. I actually randomly on a whim went to their website and was like, hey, you think they got anything? Oh no, that's not what happened. Sorry, I lie. I saw a post on Facebook, I think, in a random group. I don't remember. And somebody said, hey, there's Something Obscene threw up some JCapes or whatever. So I went over there assuming everything would be gone. And they had the black handle with satin blade. And I was like, damn, that's the one I will get. I still kind of want the full size 3.5 inch in this configuration. If I could get the full size in this configuration, that'd be cool, because then I'd have, you know, the big and the small. That would be dope. So if anybody has one, hit me up. I know those are like going for crazy money and are hard to get. I had one. I'm an idiot. I didn't have that one, but I've had like 3 JCape 3.5s. But anyway, so I went over there and I picked it up, and I got the flipper. Why would you get the flipper, Kev? You love reverse flicking, and you always say you're not a flipper only guy. Huh, that is weird, isn't it? Well, here's the thing, guys. The thumb stud JCape looks stupid. All right, it just doesn't look right. The flipper JCape looks nice. Look at this. That just looks right to me. The one with studs looks weird. I don't know. I just don't like it. I've always felt that way about the JCape. So I've always gotten the flippers. And I love the flippers, man. He's got the detents dialed in for the most part on all of them. So I love the flipper. So this is a review of the flipper version, I guess. So aesthetically, guys, this thing is pure six. It's just really good looking. It's hard to deny the shape of this compound grind drop point with a little bit of a poon up here. I mean, it's just a sexy ass blade. The hollow grind back here, the flat up there, and then the handle. I mean, just the whole design, guys, is just so sexy. The full size one melts in my hand. This small one actually fits my hand pretty well. You have this choil, which I wish, I don't know, just give me the full blade length then if you're gonna give me this little dinky, you know. I don't know, I don't get it. I love how the handle kind of just goes boop boop, you know. You got the little lanyard hole back here for the 7 people. Shout out to Preston. And then you got this stupid lightning clip. Now listen, I like that it looks like a lightning bolt, and I think it's cool, right? But it just never works really well. The full size one is worse. I had so many issues with the full size one with this clip, just trying to get it in my back pocket, because again, guys, I'm left-handed and I carry right-handed knives in my back left pocket, so I'm not looking when I put this in. I'm not staring at my pants, where when you're right-handed you can just watch it into your pocket, right? So it makes it a little harder. I've gotten it caught on the corners, and then you gotta like wiggle it in and out. It's just, so he has a replacement one that's a normal milled clip with a lightning bolt hole in it. And I would love to get that, but they're like fucking impossible to get. And they're like $70, I think I saw, which is like insane. How much do these extra parts cost? Like, I mean, I can tell you at least personally from my experience with QSP buying the stouts, we got back spacers, which maybe they're cheaper for some reason. We got back spacers added in Mokutai, and we're selling those for $35 shipped. $35 shipped for a Mokutai backspacer. So our cost isn't that high if we're able to do that, right? So I just wonder, like, does that replacement clip really cost him like $35 or $40 that he has to charge $65 or whatever. Maybe I got the price wrong. I don't know. I just think I remember seeing $65. Like, I saw somebody posting about a clip and backspacer in Zircuitai for a knife. I forget the company, but it was an add-on for something. I think it was Vero, and I love Vero. It was $190 or some shit for a clip and a backspacer in Zircuitai. $190. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't think that they're getting charged nearly that much. I think that's just huge markups. Like, I get it, you know, cheaper items, you want a larger margin, but like, damn, I don't know. And I could, you know, I don't know the pricing. It just seems crazy. Anyway, where was I? The lightning clip sucks, and I hope to get a replacement if I hang on to this knife long enough, which, you know, I've already debated selling it after the review, but I don't know. I pick it up, and I'm like, you know, I kind of really like this, you know. So I don't think I will, but what I'd like to do is get the full size and call it a set and then not sell it. That would be cool. You know, maybe I could trade that Anax for a JCape. Oh, that's a great idea. Anyway, so Ergos. Let's talk about Ergos. It's small, guys. It's a small knife. So there's the mini JCape. Just got this. Here's a ProTech Runt 5. So you can see it's bigger than the ProTech Runt 5. We have a EMP EDC Nimble. I think that's a good one. So even that has a larger blade. I think it's about a 2.75 inch blade on this guy. Here is the Jack Wolf Knives Midnight Jack. And what's the verdict? They're very close. I mean, very close in size on the blades. Let's see. Let's try to get them closer. It almost seems like the Midnight Jack is just slightly longer than the mini JCape, which is, that's pretty impressive that it's longer than that. So anyway, there you go. There's some size comparisons. It's under 3 inches. I'm pretty sure it's a 2.75 or 2.9 inch blade, something like that. But anyway, so that's size-wise, and it still fits my hand. The JCape full size actually, like, perfectly fit my hand somehow. So I was, the reason I never got in on this pre-order was because I just figured because the full size perfectly fit my hand, like there literally was almost no extra room. It was just perfect. I thought this would definitely be too small. And it is. I mean, you can see my fingers hanging off and everything. I can jam it on, but like that's not comfortable. So just a normal grip is kind of like this, but it like just has enough purchase to count, you know, and you know, so I don't know. And I don't do a lot of cutting like this. I do a lot more like this. So it works pretty well with smaller knives, I find. So the Ergos for me are fine, but if you have like huge hands, I don't think it's going to be great. But the way the handle is sculpted, it kind of just works. Like even as a smaller knife, it kind of works, you know. And this jimping right here is just perfect in a good spot right there. And then if you want to climb up here, you have a good landing spot there. You can get into a pinch grip like this. So, yeah. I enjoy the Ergos, but it is a smaller knife, right? Talking of Ergos, the flipper tab has no jimping, which is so weird to me, but it works. You know, the Chavez Sangre I had didn't have jimping on the flipper tab, and that I slipped off of sometimes. This, I don't. It's fine. So, you know what? To each their own. He didn't do jimping, and it works, so fine. Not going to complain about that. Cutting and carry. So cutting, I did cut shipping labels with this, and I was hugely surprised. I did not think it would be great for that because it's a drop point, but it's almost starting to become a clip point, right? But I think because of the size of the knife, I'm able to get to that tip pretty well, and I have good control of it. So I'm able to kind of get my finger right on the top of the spine and get to the tip and just have good precision with the cutting. Like I was able to cut straight and not veer off and stuff. So I really enjoyed that. And then you have that beautiful hollow grind, the compound grind with the flat up there. And it just kind of works really well. I enjoy cutting with this knife a lot. The transition is very smooth. It's M390. It's done by Ria, and it's super sharp. Like, it's sticky, guys. Really, really good, I think, in terms of cutting. Not too thick on the stock. Just really good all around, in my opinion. Carry. So it's a smaller knife, and it's not super heavy. It does have some internal milling. And yeah, it's just kind of average, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say it's light, but I wouldn't say it's heavy. It's average. And other than the lightning bolt clip, it actually carries really well. The flipper tab's pretty tucked away. It's not like a pecker or anything. And as long as the clip doesn't get in the way, it's fine. And sometimes it doesn't. But sometimes it does hinder a little bit. I'd love to get the replacement clip at some point. But other than that, it's fantastic. In terms of carry, the sounds on this thing, man, it carries over from the full size pretty well. I mean, I just think I don't know if it's coming through. You know how the Jaeger has the ting? This has like a crack. I don't know how to explain it. Just the full size one does it better. It sounds like a shotgun blast going off. It's just really nice. Always enjoyed it. And it does carry over. And I've taken this apart. I put skiffs in it and everything, and still has it. So I am cool with that. So action / fidget factor. So first off, we are dead centered with the skiff bearings in there. We are tight on the pivot, no play or anything, no rock of any kind. The action, you can see there. So on the flipper, the detent, man, this thing is dialed. Like, just break, just break. I mean, you can see there, I'm like trying, and it still wants to gun out. And if you give it a real flick, oh man. And it wants to be like flicked. It just feels really good. It's not a knife that wants to be failed. Like, it just wants to fire out. So I fire it out, you know. Biggest complaint on this knife next to the clip, but this is my biggest complaint, lock bar access. It's jimped all up in here, which is fine, but they didn't cut it back enough. They just needed to cut back a little bit more, because I tend to just mess my thumb up here on the corner because of the tension of the lock bar, because it has the good detent, which means lock bar pressure. You have to have a lot of effort to push that out of the way, and with the jimping and the way it's not cut back, I'm going in like this, and it's just, I don't know, it just gets a little bit frustrating. And then you're trying to like shake it down because it's such a small knife, and the detent break is good, but I don't know, it's just, it has to get past that, and the flipper tab has to drop enough for you to shake it down, and it's just a little frustrating on the close. I actually prefer closing it left-handed because I just do this and it's fine. This is a small enough knife that I don't always have to see the knife like guillotine, drop shut, like that kind of thing. I can just kind of like close it like this, no problem. Or again, left-handed, do the same thing, and I'm not like worried about it. But it is really good action on these skiffs. You can see there. It's not like dropping shut, but it's super smooth. And it kind of just, you know, shakes down real easy. I will say, I think it's due for a little bit of KPL heavy. Just like the Jaeger, it has the two-way belt satin finish on the blade. And what that means is you just occasionally, as it breaks in, you have to just put a little bit of KPL heavy on the detent ball. And it really helps a lot with the action. It just wears that path in a little bit. And it takes away any kind of gritty sounds. It's hard to hear with the air conditioner, but it was a little bit gritty before I did that. Now it's, and look at that. Now it's even smoother on the close. Yeah, really good. I love the action on this. But yeah, it's not like a drop shut type knife. But it doesn't need to be, you know. So anyway, that is the mini JCape, guys. I really like it. I think it's gonna stick around. I'm not promising that or anything. If somebody offered me a deal or like something happened, I'd probably do it. But I like it enough that I want to maybe get the big brother and have the set, and that would be ideal. So something Obscene Company mini JCape came in as a wild card and is sticking around as a fantastic knife in the collection. I really enjoy this one, and it's a good size, guys. I just don't need huge knives. Like, there's the mini JCape. I carry my Kvist Bladeworks variant. I carry the Midnight. I just got this, the Runt 5. I have a lot of the smaller size knives. I mean, here's like one of the larger ones I carry routinely. That's the Jaeger M. So you can switch it out here. And that's really on the larger end of what I like to carry. I have exceptions like the FSD, but that's really the only one. So it fits right in with what I prefer, Man, this D10 on this, I always had to get used to it after not carrying it for a little bit. Especially because my other one has a little bit of a lighter D10. I might have to tune this one up a little bit to match it, just because I always feel like I'm making this adjustment, where this one I think is like perfect. Oh yeah. So anyway, there it is, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you have one? Do you want one? That whole kind of spiel. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Just want a new clip and I'll be happy. So I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.